Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be, and Merry Christmas to those who celebrate like me. This is Gwendy from NS2D Studios, and I hope you guys are having a great time, either just by yourself or spending time with your family. And if you're by yourself, then I'm happy that you're spending your time with me. It's not Halloween anymore, baby. My son is greeting Happy Halloween. He's already saying Merry Christmas. Okay. So hello you guys. Hello, hello. So let me just usually I would actually go and greet everyone in the chat. Unfortunately right now there's a lot of you. I am seeing some new faces. I'm also seeing some old faces, very familiar faces as well. I see Kamalemzi. Hello, Kamalemzi is one of my assistant animators, you guys. I'm so happy that she's here. And I'm so happy that all of you are here. Thank you for spending time just to be in this stream. So what we're gonna do right now is we are going to break down and analyze Ithaca Saga from start to finish. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. And yes, I do hope that you guys are having an epic Christmas. I did plan on having like an epic Christmas tree, but I just did not have the time. It was supposed to like, I believe it was um, Silver Silver Muse, who is like a constant presence in the live streams. I don't see them here at the moment, but Silver Muse was the one who made some clay figurines of Epic the Musical ornaments. I was gonna do that as well, but I just did not have the time. You can probably guess why. And also, as you may know, last night, or rather a few hours ago, we were supposed to have the Ithaca Saga live stream from Jay. Unfortunately, due to some very bad weather, probably they unfortunately were not able to sustain a good enough Wi-Fi signal to actually sustain a live stream. So no, Jorge was not able to do the live stream, and you can actually check his video apologizing for that. So yes, that is very unfortunate, but we're at least very glad that they are safe. There is a storm in Greece at the moment, so let's just be happy that they're together and they're safe and everything, even though stuff isn't really happening. Bad weather in Ithaca, that's correct. Sounds familiar. It's way too familiar. And Odysseus was there, you're right. Just in time for the storm. So, okay, going back to what we're gonna be doing right now. So, I already listened to all the entirety of the song. Unlike with the Vengeance Saga, wherein I was able to listen a month in advance, this time around I was only able to listen to one song. So, I am not at liberty to say at the moment which song that is. There are a few people who have been guessing, who have also been guessing as to why I know this. I've listened to the song like a month in advance. But yeah, yeah. Feel free to make your guesses. Unfortunately, since the live stream didn't happen, I'm not at liberty to say at the moment what exactly is the reason and what exactly that song that I listened to. I I did take a break from streaming, man, and there's a big reason why. You can probably guess. Anna, hello. Oh my god, I always love seeing you, Anna. I'm not gonna say. Anyway, we are going to start now because I listened to this the moment it dropped in the Philippines at 12:30 in midnight, and but I aside from like me crying, like ugly crying after listening to the songs, I did not. I stopped listening. I only listened to all the entire album once, so it's not necessarily fresh in my mind. But this time, I'm gonna go in and analyze the songs. Okay, so we are going to start, of course, with Penelope's song, "The Challenge," and as you saw earlier, I am making an animation for the challenge, but that's a fan animation, not an official. I cannot confirm which song I'm doing, but you'll probably get some clues as we go throughout this live stream. Anyway, thank you again, guys, for being here during the holidays, spending time with me. And now here we go. Let's listen to the challenge. And okay, the way we work is we're gonna listen to the song full through, and then if I feel like I have something to add, I'll pause. But we'll see how this goes. Okay, here we go. The challenge, Penelope song from the Ithaca Saga. You can hear the viola, like it's accurately singing it, as opposed to the one in Suffering, where it's not like, you know. And this is Anna Lee, by the way, voice of Penelope. Viola, viola, tomato, tomato, potato, potato.
I said I would choose as soon as we weave this shroud. They don't know that every night I unthread all the work I've done. 'Cause I'd rather lie than allow them to think they've won. Though I never thought that I'd resort to this. Just know I'll be here.
Okay, I had to pause it for a moment because something that I noticed, because I've listened to the whole of the song already, because the snippet is actually publicly available since like what, a year before. So I was able to listen to it. I was able to there are changes that I noticed, and one of the clearest change that I ever did hear is the way it's delivered. Um, to those who listened in on the original demo, if you notice, like Penelope's voice is has a lot more energy almost to it. This time around, it's more subdued, which I feel is actually pretty much in line with the story. Uh, and that is where I actually like not necessarily like changed a bit, but with my animatic, there's a part where in Penelope was smiling, but now I'm actually thinking of changing that a little bit because there's a more subdued tone this time around as opposed to like high notes and happier, or not happier, more like energetic delivery. This Penelope sounds older, wiser, maybe a lot more tired, and that's why like I never thought I would resort to this, but and then it's like it's a more subdued delivery, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. And yes, she does have a more reserved energy. I feel that as well compared to the original demo. It's fitting for a queen for sure, especially a Spartan queen, a Spartan princess turned Ithacan queen. So yeah, so let's go ahead. She's tired of the suitors, yes. Mm, I will be here waiting for you. That line, yes. I'll be here. It's like she's tired of everything that she has been through, and yet she is still holding on. She's still waiting, you know. So let's continue with the song.
But I don't know how much longer I'll last since we saw that storm.
See, like she says, like she doesn't even know how long she's gonna last. She doesn't know how long she'll be able to hold on to hold. Maybe how long she'll be able to hold them back, hold them down, hold back the suitors, especially since they saw the storm. But then we continue on with the song.
And though it was so close to our kingdom, it was far from the norm. Unless, how could it be some kind of sign that my world is all about to change? Is it finally time for the challenge I arranged?
Okay, so I'm just gonna pause that for a little bit. If you like listen in on the delivery, it's like okay. I do have like um I really feel like it's the story this time around. That's why they directed for the final take to be less energetic. But you do hear like a bit of an upbeat, a more upbeat, not a upbeat, more like, but yeah, there's a more of a hopeful tone Like she's tired, but then she saw the storm and she took that as a sign because it was way too close. She didn't. I don't think she saw this. She's fighting Poseidon, of course, but she is so attuned enough to her husband that something tells her that he is there, that he is coming, and she has to set forth the challenge. And I find that absolutely amazing. Um, because here's the thing, I've been married for a decade, and hubby and I have something that we call the link. It's kind of it's a weird thing, but most of our links is how we okay I sing a song in my head and it's suddenly in his head, and he's like suddenly singing and he looks at me and is like, you're singing that in your head, aren't you? And it's the exact point of the lyrics that I'm singing it in my head. It has happened so many times that my husband calls it the link. And I feel like Penelope and Odysseus might have some sort of link as well, because I don't know, that really happens with married couples who have been married for a very long time, because even though that they're like there's a lot of distance between them, time and of course physical distance, they're still married and they're still very much soulmates and attuned to each other. So let me just go ahead and check the chat before I continue. um and to those who are asking, I am doing absolutely great. A bit, of course, just like Jay, I am a bit down that you guys aren't able to, or we all aren't able to see the live stream. But I'm pretty sure Jay and his team are working so hard on it, so that way they will be able to showcase the collaborations and the songs, and show everyone what has been cooking behind the scenes. But oh my god, yes, the saga made me sob. I was ugly crying last night. Hello, Frog. Again, I wonder why Antinous buses it. Oh my gosh. Um, yeah, it does sound deeper. The Siren Penelope voice, it sounds a lot more, in my opinion, it just sounds a lot more seductive. Like, because Siren Penelope really was trying to lure Odysseus into the water. This Penelope is clearly worlds different from the fake Penelope. Uh, let's see. It's the hope, the light. She knows Odie's back. Yes, he doesn't really want. Yeah, my husband's fighting that somewhere. I'm challenging the suitors. I have like, uh, which actually makes me think. Think about the lyrics again. Um, I feel like there has been a storm across Ithaca for years and years. Like Penelope must have like seen dark skies in the distance somewhere. You know, back when Poseidon had the storm blocking Odysseus's way. But this time in the lyrics, listen to the lyrics. Um, uh, but I don't know how much longer will last since I saw that storm. And though it was so close to our kingdom, it was far from the norm. So, she must have seen the storm blocking Odysseus's way, but the fact that it was mentioned how close it was to Ithaca, it feels to me that, of course, well, not just feels to me, I know that that's the part that she saw, um, or rather she sensed that her husband was close by, and that was of course the part wherein Poseidon was fighting Odysseus, or and vice versa. But I imagine that the original storm, it was placed a little further out, and Penelope just happens to notice, huh, that storm that has been there for years is suddenly very close. I This must be a sign that my husband is close by. So I don't know, man. Yeah, yeah, right. So that's how I analyze it anyway. That's not normal. For years and years, that storm has been so far away, and now it's so close. I'll take that as a sign, and I will challenge the men and prove to them that only my husband can also quell the storm within me. Okay, let me just check the chat. What I find funny is how both Odie and Pen know the waiting motif. They probably learned it from Anticlea. I'm like fairly certain at this point that they learned it from Anticlea, Odysseus' mom. Um, let's see. The entire family needs therapy. Let me see. Let me just scroll back up. I'm just scrolling through the chat, you guys. Uh, let's see. Uh, I know. Imagine what if Penelope saw. But she probably saw the columns of water spouts. If it's that close to Ithaca, I mean, the fact that she says that's not normal. But I think Odysseus would have been too tiny to see, just in my opinion. But she must have seen like that's not normal. Okay, okay. So I see something flying. Or um, let's see. And are the music has been released. What's been postponed is the live stream with the animatics and the animations. Um, man, I am slipping up, guys. This unfortunately, this live stream is gonna be riddled with clues. I am slipping up. I kept no, 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 don't mind it. I just saw pancake. Yeah, wait. The pancake is in honor of Polites, who we did not hear for the entirety of the saga. Finally, we are free from Polites, except for one song wherein we hear one of his lines, but it was sung by someone else. Yeah, I think they probably pre-recorded it. I feel like, and then they're probably gonna upload it. And the upload speed apparently was like 1/5 of what they need for a live stream. Um, I also think it sounds lighter because it's based on a younger Penelope. Oh, you're talking about suffering, but yes, yes, because that's how Odysseus last remembered her. Maybe. Let's see. The whole saga made me cry. I never cried that hard. I was like ugly crying, bro. Like, my husband was also crying, and he made a poem. I'll see about reading to you the poem later on. Let's see. My reaction included a lot of screaming, shouting, singing, clapping, and loud roaring noises. I couldn't like make a lot of noise because I have family here over for Christmas, and the baby was also sleeping. We couldn't risk waking him up. Um, let's see. Penelope with them spidey senses. Um, no, Penelope is not the Lulu. She knows. She knows. It's the husband and wife thing. Um, my family looked at me funny while listening to this. Spiderelope. Spider Penelope. Spider Pen. Spider Pen. You know the storm is coming and that it's not a naturally occurring storm. Yeah. Um looking out the window and hears unhinged screaming. How does it feel to be helpless? Oh my god, there's a shit post right there. And Penelope is like, what is that? I and then she hears, oh, that that's not normal screaming. I better put on the challenge. Um, let's see. We'll see, we'll see. The shit post. Let's see. Yeah, 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 Vega, Penelope did a nat 20 on that one. um, I'm getting my chancla for the next song. Yes, we have to prepare for the next song. And we're still breaking down the challenge, by the way. Uh, anyway, I'm gonna continue with the song.
Though I never thought that it would come to this, just know I'll be here buying you time.
Then we hear the shooters.
Buying you time.
Okay, I find it really interesting because so far we have been seeing or hearing a subdued Penelope, a quieter, more regal Penelope. But when the suitor started singing, you notice she's also like making her voice louder so she can be heard above them. Because she is above them. Those dumbasses seriously cannot hold a candle to her. And they will never be able to hold a candle to her because only Odysseus can do that. So I find that still interesting that as with the demo, she's singing above them. Like, you know, you guys are beneath me. She's a queen, literally, yes.
Whoever can string my husband's own bow and shoot through 12 axes cleanly.
Also, unlike with the demo, this time around, Anna Lee delivered Axis like very very clearly, because I think a lot there's a lot of things to be said about like misheard lyrics, but this time around, okay, we are not gonna mess this up. We are gonna okay, you need to intonate axis clearer this time. And also the music was just for, I don't know, maybe it's just my imagination, but just for the briefest of moments, the music was lowered down so we can actually hear axis. Don't you through 12 axis cleanly. So yeah. And there's also a lot of like thinking about how are we shooting through axis. So some people actually thought that Odysseus or whoever that would be shooting directly through metal, which I don't think is the case. Uh, a lot of the what you call this, uh one of the more popular ones is the one that you saw in some of you guys may have seen in my animatic, which is there's a hole in the axe head itself. Another interpretation is that you turn the axe upside down and there are holes at the bottom of the handle of the axe which you use to hang it on the wall, so you're supposed to shoot the arrow through that. And in the latest interpretation in media, which is from The Return, starring Ralph Fiennes as Odysseus, um, the handles were removed from the axe heads, and there is a hole where the handles were supposed to be, and the axes were lined up, and then you have to shoot through those axes. Again, various interpretations. There is no one true interpretation of how it was done. The only thing that I feel like would be the most not accurate is shooting directly through the metal of the axe, because I just don't think that's possible. So let me just go ahead and check the chat for a little bit. Um, let's see. I'm really sure that Penelope can string Odysseus' bow casually, but the suitors can't. There's a technique to it. It does require strength and technique, according to the myths. That's why Telemachus in the myth was almost able to do it, because he's very strong. He's like buff in the myth. He's not like the small dude that was depicted in it. Hold on, hold on. So he's not like the small described as the small boy as he was in Legendary. In the myth, he is actually very strong. So after the fourth try, Telemachus was able to find a way. Hold on, hold on, you guys. Hold on, you guys. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. The little one is like Hold on, you guys. Just give me about a minute. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. I'm gonna take like just a really a short break because the little one is having a bit of a tantrum. But hold that thought. Hold that thought for now. I will check the chat in a bit just to see what's going on. But as far as we discussed, is we are already at the part of the 12 axis, and just hold on. Okay, things are quieter now. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's just that I did not expect my son to still be awake at this point in time, and now he's close to having a tantrum. I managed to calm him down a little bit, uh, but there will be like interruptions from here from time to time, and hopefully, my mom is gonna agree to watch him for just a little bit until at least we finish the live stream. Anyway, we were talking about the 12 axis. The that. Okay, hold on. Okay, okay. Uh, Okay, guys. My mom has agreed to watch him for at least an hour, so we still got an hour to analyze this. Okay. Anyway. So we are going to go back to the 12 axis thing, and in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and check the chat. Okay, let's see. Uh, I always figured the axis was swinging. My husband actually mentioned that it was supposed to be swinging, but that is like one of the interpretations, and I don't think that would actually be possible to do, to be honest. I think what is the most possible is like the tiny holes in through the axis. I feel like that's a lot more plausible. Um, okay. So let me just I think this is just people saying waiting. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. Again, Telemachus was almost able to string the bow after the fourth try, but then he looked at his father and Odysseus shook his head, and that's why Telemachus pretended that, oh, I can't string this. Maybe we should let the old man try or something like that. Let's continue with the song.
Will be the new king. Sit down at the throne and rule with me as his queen.
That's another departure from the demo because in the demo, and rule with me as their queen. This time around, I feel like she is actually telling that, oh, none of you can do it. There's only one person who can do it. And when she says, and rule with me as his queen, she means Odysseus because she knows he's the only one who can do it. So yeah. Um, Taurus, they were not yet able to launch the live stream because of internet issues. There's a storm in Greece at the moment. Um, yeah, it feels a lot more somber than the demo. Because I feel like this is an older Penelope, more subdued Penelope. Like the years have gotten to her. If you shoot her 2 hours, you get $5 million. Um, guys, there's absolutely no laugh. I've been telling people this right from the get-go. The laughter, not only does it not make sense in the story, especially with Odysseus being the monster already, um, the laughter was from an audience member who was in the fundraiser activity that they were doing for Epic at the time, and they were having a listening party to the demos, and you can actually hear like shortly after the laugh in the original track, you can actually hear plates or utensils against plates. So they were likely in a restaurant or or a cafe or something. That laugh was never there, and honestly, I was just really like tired of people like spreading that information. And I've been trying to tell people you need to stop spreading this because you're just gonna end up disappointed. And people were like, nah, no, we actually heard the laugh, and here we go. There's no laugh. um, okay, let's continue with the song.
Let the arrow fly once you know that your aim is true. 'Cause I'd rather die than grow old without the best of you.
I've been trying to figure out this part. Um, I've been trying to figure out this part because the change that was made for me was even though it's from just they to him, to he and rule with me as his queen, and then we got to this part. Initially I thought it was like an instructions to the suitors, but now I feel like it might be instructions to Odysseus. She is directing everything to Odysseus. Like she knows he's in the room. She knows. Um she has always been lying to the suitors. So I'm pretty sure yes, she's singing without Odie. Let the arrow fly once you know that your aim is true. Cause I'd rather die than grow old without the best of you. I know that's kind of grim, but if you listen to it literally, she's telling him, you know what, just unalive me if I'm not even gonna be able to live with you. Um, and it's kind of like okay, we're gonna jump a little bit towards the end of the song, and we're not listening it to it yet, but just to jump, she says the best of you. Right now Odysseus is the monster, that's the worst of him. So she said because I'd rather die than grow old without the best of you, which like actually for me gives me a little bit of an anxiety, because like, oh, you only want the best of him, what about the worst of him? It's the worst right now. But I'm just so happy that towards the end she still accepted him for everything that he has been and he has become, for everything that he has done. So just a little bit of a what you call this? Anxiety inducing lyrics, I guess. It's just that I feel like it's really directed this time. It's very clearly directed to Odysseus this time. Not like before, wherein we think, oh, it's directed to the suitors maybe, but now it's really really clear. So let me just check the chat. Um, there's no laugh, guys. There's no laugh. That would, yeah, that wouldn't make sense to have the laughter, especially with that line. Like after she says the challenge, like I just don't understand why Odysseus would laugh, especially with Monster Odysseus. Let's see. Is my favorite part the Hori said during the demo of Hold Him. Oh my gosh. Maybe she's like pretty sure she's singing to about Odie. She won't live without him. Yeah. Um yeah, the lyrics are definitely a lot clearer now actually. Um let's see. Part around for me is let's see. Took that line to heart. He's the best of the suitors. True. And I'm glad that he like still sort of tried his hand at least with the myth. He still tried his hand with the shooting through the axis, because that means like I feel like he feels like he has to prove himself worthy of her still, especially with regards to everything that he has done. If we listen in on the final song, you know. Um, Also, Odysseus. Odysseus reactions to the studio talking about. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that in just a little bit for sure. But as of the moment, we are still talking about the challenge. Um, let's see. Grow old without the best of you. Yeah. Um, Julia is here. My cousin Julia is here. Hello. People are holding on. Yeah, true, Julia. People are holding on to that too much, but it just didn't happen. Um, those that's the polities pancake. Okay, let's continue with the song.
I never thought that these would be the lengths we go for love. I would not have it any other way.
Notice something. And though I never thought that we these would be the lengths we'd go for love, um, she doing the challenge for her, all the lying to the suitors, all her waiting, all her holding back the suitors. She did all that for Odysseus. She did all that for love. Um, and she still feels that it's worth it. And though I never thought that these are would be the lengths would go for love, I would not have it any other way. So even though at first we were a bit scared, like there's a bit of an anxiety inducing lyric wherein she says that I'd rather die than grow old without the best of you, and Odysseus is the worst. At the same time, in this verse, she sort of like not necessarily takes it back, but adds more context in that whatever happens with despite the because of these lengths that we went through, it's still worth it no matter what happens, you know. So let's see. Let's go ahead and continue.
And though I never thought that it would end like this, just know I'll be here.
Yeah, and though I never thought that it would end like this, um sort of foreshadowing, I guess, with what happens. If she never like maybe even if she had known what her husband had become, she would still be waiting for him regardless. So yeah.
Waiting, 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 waiting. Oh.
Okay, before we proceed with the next song, guys, I need you to listen to something. This is me putting on my Delulu hat. Okay, this is me putting on my Delulu hat. Listen to the song again. I'm gonna go back just a little bit. There's two times that the name Penelope was sung. I am pretty certain that in the second time we hear Odysseus in the background. Then this is coming from me. I did not animate anything for the challenge. This is me admitting right now. I did not animate anything officially for the challenge. And I just feel like Odysseus was singing in that second part. Let's listen to it again. I'm going to put it at full volume this time.
Waiting, 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 waiting.
Again, this is me putting on the Delulu hat. In the first verse, you hear a really strong bass voice. And then in the second one, you hear a voice that's a little bit higher. It sounds like Jay. It sounds like Odysseus. We're gonna listen to it again. Okay, I can't be the only one who heard it. Okay, I'm gonna rewind it.
Wouldn't like this, just know I'll be here.
Okay, this part, there's a lot of bass.
Waiting, waiting, waiting,
Listen to the next part. Very close. Listen, listen.
waiting, waiting. Oh.
I cannot be the only one who heard that. I cannot be the only one who heard that. But anyway, uh, we'll probably know once we like listen in on, or rather, we see the animatics. As of the moment, I am fairly certain that Odysseus was singing in the background. When that's especially with the second part. So we'll know once we see the animation or animatic, whatever Jorge has commissioned. And again, I did not work officially on the challenge, so I cannot say for sure that that Odysseus is there. But some of you heard it, I heard it, and then we'll probably know so very soon. Okay, I've stalled long enough with regards to this next song because I, much as this song is a banger, I will admit that this song is a banger. I It's very triggering, you guys. So trigger warning for attempted or rather premeditated, not premeditated, plotted uh plotted unaliving and plotted uh R wording Penelope. So plotted SA. So again, very, very triggering. And here we go. The next song is Hold Them Down, a song by Aaron Alexander, as well as some of the other cast members and the ensemble of Epic the Musical. I'll see about stopping from time to time.
Whoever can string the old king's bow and shoot through 12 axes cleanly will be the new king, sit down at the throne, Penelope as his queen. Where is he? Where is the man who can string this bow? Screw this competition.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pause just a little bit. Anyone who is better at music than I am, there's, I don't know, was it a cello? I'm not sure what Antinous is musical instrument is at the moment, but that part was very much like that part was very prominent in the first part. So let's listen to it again. Is that a cello or is it just a violin?
Whoever can string the old king's bow and shoot through 12 axes cleanly.
Wait a minute. Nobody can string. That's a string instrument. That's a string instrument. Hold on. Let me listen to okay, let me sing. Let me listen. Da 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 da. Okay, I feel like okay. I'm not very good at like analyzing music. I'm just a layman, pretty much. The only voice I can play is my vocal cords. Okay, so I feel like da 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 da. They, it's the wrong. It's like they're trying to play the melody but they can't get it right. That's Penelope's melody. Whoever can string my husband's old bow. But they can't get it right. Nobody can string this bow. So, and this is the suitor's. Let's just say that this is the suitor's instrument. Okay. See? It's wrong. Da 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 da. Whoever can string my husband's old bow. They can't string it and it's actually told through music. Oh my god. Guys, seriously, I did not like I only listened to this once. This is the only time that I actually like I listened to it again. I'm not even kidding. Like this is the first time that I'm like listening to it. I was oh my gosh. That is so cool. That is absolutely awesome. Anyway, hold on, you guys. Okay. So we're gonna play it again, and from there on, uh, falling short of their melody, depicting them getting close but not able to quite get there. That's correct. That is correct. Danger motif and Penelope's motif, huh? Da 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 da. Almost, almost. Um, yeah, nobody can string this. Yeah. I hope this is recorded. It would be like no longer you. Don't worry. Every live stream in YouTube is recorded. Yes. I will be able to keep a record of it. I'm probably gonna post it in TikTok. um, let's see. Let's go ahead and play it.
Whoever can string the old king's bow and shoot through 12 axes cleanly will be the new king, sit down at the throne, Penelope as his queen. Where is he? Where is the man who can string this bow?
Screw this competition.
Oh, Aaron's so
We've
good.
been here for hours. None of us can string this. We don't have the power. Screw this damn challenge. No more delays. Can't you guys see we're being played? This is how they hold us down while the throne gets colder.
Hold us down.
While we slowly age. Hold us down while the boy gets bolder. Where in the hell is our pride and our rage? Here and now, there's a chance for action.
Here and now.
We can take control. Here and now, burn it down to ashes. Channel the fire inside your soul.
Okay. I don't know if you noticed, but Antinous here is acting like Odysseus. He is not only like sort of the leader of the suitors. He is actually actively um inciting the suitors into quote unquote battle. The lyrics are similar to Horse and the Infant, the first part of Horse and the Infant, wherein Odysseus was like telling people like, oh, what were the lyrics? How did the lyrics start again? Horse and the Infant. All right, my brothers, listen closely. Tonight we make the Trojans pay. 10 years of war and slowly, slowly. Na, 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 na. But basically that. Okay, he's calling them to battle essentially. Um,
Haven't
We will actually come back to that later on.
You noticed who's missing? Don't you know the prince is not around? I heard he's on a diplomatic mission. And
Okay, I actually find it interesting that the diplomatic mission line was kept. I thought for sure that it wasn't. I really thought for sure that the diplomatic line was going to be changed, because originally in the original drafts, uh, Telemachus was supposed to travel with Athena towards the island of the Lotus Eaters, and that's where they find out where Odysseus is or was or whatever. But Jay hit a brick wall when he got to that part, so that's why it was changed in Little Wolf and We'll Be Fine. So I thought for sure that that line was not gonna be there, but I was wrong. So I guess Telemachus did go somewhere, and they assumed it was a diplomatic mission. But yeah, assume all you want, boys. Let's go ahead.
I heard today he comes back to town, so
Uh, Zen Games, that's the myth, but the Epic the Musical is completely different from the myth. Um, in the epic canon, he was not supposed to travel to Menelaus's kingdom. He was traveling with Athena, not disguised Athena, but actual Athena, towards like trying to backtrack Odysseus's whereabouts, and they reached the island of the Lotus Eaters. But again, Jay said that he uh hit a brick wall when he was writing music for it, which is why there is actually a Lotus Eater song that he had planned, but he cut that because, like I said, he hit a brick wall. He has openly admitted to this in some of his TikToks and previous public videos, so this is not information that he told me in confidence. Okay, so here we go.
I say we gather near the beaches. I say we wait till he arrives. Then when he docks his ship, we can breach it. Let us leave now, today we can strike it. Hold him down till the boy stops shaking. Hold him down while I slit his throat.
Yeah.
Hold him down while I slowly
Gosh.
break his pride, his trust, his faith, and his bones. Run him down into tiny pieces. Throw him down in the great below. When the crown wonders where the prince is, only the ocean and I will know. And when
Okay. I'm pausing that part because if you think about it, only the ocean and I will know. Only Poseidon and I will know. Uh, I feel like Poseidon would like Antinous very much. Yeah. He would welcome those itty bitty Telemachus body parts in his ocean, knowing that this guy, this dude, Antinous, has avenged him and his son. I feel like Poseidon would like Antinous very, very much. So I just thought that this was a fun little call to that. Okay, so this next part we have not heard this part of the snippet, but it's very, very close already to the SA allusions to SA. So again, trigger warning for those who are triggered. This is a not a very not a very lighthearted song, that's for sure. So we're gonna continue.
the deed is done, the queen will have no one to stop us from breaking her bedroom door, stop us from taking her love and more.
Okay, so I'm pausing this part again. Hold on. Okay. So I'm pausing this part because I mentioned earlier that Antinous was calling for the men to join him in battle, right? Troy. Remember Troy. Remember Troy. Everything from here on end, or from here up until a certain part of this song, is about is a callback to the Trojan War. Penelope's door is the gates of Troy. It's the gates of Troy that they've been trying to break through for the last 20 years, but Telemachus was there to guard his mom. Telemachus was there in the way. But with Telemachus gone, and of course they plan to like completely get rid of Telemachus at that point. So now the gates are let's just say Telemachus is what they would think of as their Trojan horse. Not necessarily because it's to trick people, but it's their key to getting through the gates, Penelope's doors. So yeah, Telemachus is the Trojan horse. Okay, let's continue. Again, allusions to SA.
And then we'll hold her down while her gate is open.
While her gate is open, while the gate of Troy.
Hold her down while we share her spoils. I will not let any part go to waste.
Okay, so that part, the raising of a city is, of course, some stuff happens. Our words happen during war, which is an unfortunate fact throughout history. And like I mentioned, it is very much an allegory, an analogy to uh, the gates of Troy, the war in the Trojan War, but in a miniature scale, like more of a metaphorical, in a metaphorical sense, right? So they pillage, they plunder, and they take away everything. So Antinous at this point is a pseudo Odysseus rallying his troops to go through the gates, this guarded gates of the city, and then just raise it to the ground, essentially. And you can actually hear Penelope's viola in the background. Um, and it's almost like if you listen to, I don't want to go back to that part because it's really, really uncomfortable for me. But if you listen to the viola, it sounds a lot like Odysseus' scream of no during the song Keep Your Friends Close. The viola sounds like no. It sounds almost like that, like but in a higher note, because it's supposed to be screaming, but it's not Penelope screaming, which means it's just you can actually think of it as sort of Antinous imagining how Penelope would scream. I know that's really really dark, but that's pretty much how how I see it, how I hear it. Okay, so here we go. Let's continue.
Now there's a chance for action. Here and now we can take control.
Take control. Channel the fire inside your soul and
Hold him down.
hold it down.
Hold him down. Hold him down.
Hold him down. Channel the fire inside your soul.
Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Guys, a lot of people have been trying to imagine what exactly happened to Antinous here. So now I'm curious. What do you guys think happened in that part? We have not seen the animation or the animatic for it. I certainly haven't. Also I feel like honestly I honestly thought that Antinous would live a lot longer, so I was actually shocked that he didn't. But in the myth, he was the first to die. Which is, if you think about it, a direct contrast to Odysseus in Polyphemus, wherein he was supposed to be the last to die. This time, Antinous as a pseudo Odysseus is clearly the first to die because Odysseus probably learned from Polyphemus' mistake. Think about it. If in the song Polyphemus, Polyphemus had killed Odysseus first, those men would not have survived. Odysseus knew to go for the head. Odysseus knew to go for Antinous first because he learns from the mistakes of others and his own mistakes. I gotta, like, he was not gonna let Antinous be the last to die, especially seeing, because we know now Odysseus is there, especially seeing how Antinous was rallying his troops. Odysseus knew that, oh, this man has the potential to lead against me. I need to bring him down first. So yeah. Um So people have been saying he choked on Telemachus' birthday cake. Uh, sounds like an arrow through the throat. That's a good guess. Other people has said stabby stab, but guys, if okay, I'm okay. This time around, we're gonna listen to it again because we actually heard this part in a previous saga.
Inside your
Listen to it. Does that sound familiar to you guys? That is a blow to the throat, just like Poseidon. Remember, it's canon. It is canon that Poseidon got stabbed in the throat. It sounds so much like that. And it's gurgling and there's I know that's very visceral. I'm sorry if that was trigger without for that was there's no trigger warning. Not only that, look at the barbs on Poseidon's trident. It looks like an arrowhead. So me, not having seen the animation, I am fairly certain he got an arrow through the throat. And yes, it's lore accurate. Arrowhead through the throat. I feel like it would actually be nice. I feel like it would actually be nice if Odysseus had actually like shot through the axis and into Poseidon's throat. I mean, not Poseidon's throat, Antinous' throat. I feel like that would be cool. But like I said, I have not seen the animation, and this is a me admitting as well that I did not work on Hold Them Down. This is me admitting I did not work on the challenge, as I previously said, and I am admitting I did not work on Hold Them Down. Because if I am gonna be completely honest, if I'm gonna be asked to do Hold Them Down, I would be extremely hesitant. Like extremely hesitant to do it. So no, I did not work on Hold Him Down. I'm just assuming what happened based on the songs itself. Okay, the next song is probably my personal favorite because I have made an animatic for it before. The animatic is initially it was called King Odysseus, but now we know that the title is Odysseus, and we are now going to go ahead and listen to that one and break it down one by one. Let's see. He was the one who actually said out loud about assaulting Penelope, and Odie shut him up. Yes, with an arrow to the throat. But yeah, Aro's vocals are so great. I think that's the only reason why I'm kind of sad that we don't get to see more of Antinous. But it makes a lot of sense, not only by the myth, but also because Odysseus learned from the mistake of Polyphemus. You always have to go for the leader. You always go for the head. So let's go ahead and listen to Odysseus.
For 20 years I've suffered every punishment and pain, from the wrath of gods and monsters to the screams of comrades slain. I come back and find my palace desecrated, sacked like Troy. Worst of all, I hear you dare to touch my wife and hurt my boy. I have had enough.
Okay, so we heard Odysseus's what I would call either cunning Odysseus or monster Odysseus instrument, which is the electric guitar. So he is no longer. It's not the nylon guitar, the traditional or anything traditional instrument as per the depiction of mortals in this musical. This time it's like a cross between technology and traditional. So he's neither man nor mythical. He's somewhere in between. He is a monster. And there it is, the direct, I guess, proof in a way that Penelope and the killing of Telemachus and the allusions to SA of Penelope is similar to Troy. I see my palace desecrated, sacked like Troy. The palace is Odysseus' home. Home is where the heart is. Home is Odysseus' wife and son. I may be reaching, but maybe I'm not. So Odysseus is pretty much full on monster mode already at this point. So yeah, yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and continue with the song. Okay, something interesting about this. I'm probably gonna need to listen in on the demo. We're probably gonna listen in on my animatic later on. The fan animatic that I made of King Odysseus based on the snippet that we have of the demo, because I'm pretty sure in the demo it says Odysseus. But this time it's like your mind it's confusing. There might be like left channel, right channel. In the left channel it's Odysseus, the right channel is Polyphemus. It's a combination of the two to indicate that Odysseus is a monster. This is not Odysseus. This is also not a full on like monster like Polyphemus. He is somewhere in between. If you listen to it and think Odysseus, it sounds like it. If you listen to it and think Polyphemus, it sounds like it. If you listen to it and sing Odiphemus, it sounds like it. So we're gonna listen to it again. But it's definitely a combination. Famous. Oh, it's a mix of both.
In the heat of battle at the edge of the unknown, somewhere in the shadows lurks an agile, deadly foe. We have the advantage, we've the numbers and the might. No, you don't understand it. This man plans for every fight.
For this one, we hear like a different suitor voices. In the original demo, it was just Jay changing his voice to indicate various suitors because there's like a lot of suitors. We're talking 108 suitors. You can't voice every one of that, and you can actually hear like the voices are very distinct, each and every single one of them. So I find that very very cool, and so yeah, let's we already heard the some of you guys already heard this who are into really spoilers early on already heard these parts as snippets from Jay's YouTube and TikTok and other platforms. So let's go ahead and continue. Oh, famous. Oh, so yeah, it's a combination.
Where is he? Where is he? Keep your head down, he's aiming for the torches.
Okay, so this is a direct callback to Scylla. Scylla aimed for the torches, the six torches, the six men. He literally aimed for the. She literally aimed for those torches. We are the same, you and I. And now we have Odysseus aiming for the torches. Because if you can imagine it, these guys are probably in the dark with torches, and Odysseus is using those torches as target. Those are the bullseyes. So yeah.
Our weapons, they're missing. He's using the darkness to hide his approaches.
We're empty-handed, up against an archer. Our only chance is to strike him in the darkness.
We know these odds, the odds can't be tilted.
You don't think I know my own palace? I built it.
If the Vengeance Saga has next to my wife as the line that kills it the most, I feel like for Ithaca Saga, this is like the killer line. I built it. I built it. Like, ugh, that's so good. That's so good. Um, Also, guys, I'm gonna like drive home the fact again. Ares is not involved. Okay, I feel like having Ares involved, it's fun. It's a fun idea, but it just takes away so much from Odysseus' story if he's just basically possessed by Ares. This is not Ares' story. This is Odysseus' story. And I have it on good authority that Ares was never involved, and it wasn't even intentional that that would be the implication, and because it's not. Ares is he's probably enjoying it. I'm sure he's enjoying it, but Ares has nothing to do with Odysseus being a monster. Odysseus used to be a construction. I feel like he's a carpenter. He's everything. He's an architect. He's a carpenter, and everything. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and continue with the song.
Oh, King, our leader is dead. You've destroyed the serpent's head. Now the rest of us are no longer a threat. Oh, King, forgive us instead, so that no more blood is shed. Let's have open arms instead.
No.
Okay, we know that that dude is not Polites, but he definitely delivered that Polites line. Hence, I put a pancake there with blood. But yeah, um, that dude tried to pull a Polites. He couldn't have known though. He couldn't have known that that line was like from Polites. But I feel like that's not only was it like the reason why Odysseus like him like the okay I feel like Odysseus was waiting and then and thinking okay, let me hear you out, what do you say, and then the moment he said the open arms line, it's like no, you know, you don't it's not like he's saying no to the negotiation, but he's more like saying no to that you do not get to say that line, not to me. Not my policies. Not policies, my brother. Oh my god, this is so good. Let's continue. This is the part where
More cunning than I
a lot of
assumed.
it we don't
While
know.
we were busy plotting, he hid our weapons inside this room.
I find it hard to believe that the sharpest of kings left his armory unlocked.
So what? Now that we have armed ourselves, let's make the bastard rot.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it a bit. Analyze the voice. Analyze the voice. Is Steven Rodriguez analyze the voice? Hmm. I'm not. I don't think it's Steven Rodriguez though. But I feel like okay, some of the cast members are actually part of the ensemble. We know that. I'm actually hearing just a little bit of Zeus somewhere. I'm not exactly 100% sure on that. I'm not 100% sure, but for that scene with the open arms dude, I feel like I don't think that's Steven though. There's not enough Rodriguez. There's not enough like grrr to it, you know? I don't know, maybe he toned it back. I can't be sure. We'll probably know more very soon. Um uh I feel like this one is Luke though.
Behind you!
Wait, hold on. That guy who died? I feel like that might have been Luke. Oh.
So what?
That sounds like Zeus, man. That sounds like Zeus.
Now that we have armed ourselves, let's make the bastard rot.
That definitely sounds like Luke Holt.
Behind you!
Okay, okay. I do have a question for you guys. Because the way I imagine this scene is well, we hear Athena's music, her melody, right? We hear Athena's melody. Um, do you guys imagine that Athena is there, or that it's only Telemachus? I'm gonna scroll it back as well so you guys can listen in if that was Luke while you're thinking about it, about my question.
He's more cunning than I assumed. While we were busy plotting, he hid our weapons inside this room.
Hold on. I'm fairly certain that this dude is supposed to be Amphinomus. Because if I recall correctly, that was what Jay posted in his previous demo. That Amphinomus is the one who discovers the open treasure armory rather. So Amphinomus in the myth was supposed to be one of the nicer suitors. He was supposed to he was the only one who defended Telemachus twice from Antinous, and even Odysseus saw this and said, "Oh, you have to leave the castle." But Amphinomus, either because of his own stubbornness or because of Athena's influence, did not leave and therefore died along with the other suitors, which makes it quite interesting that this time around he is a full-on villain, and that Telemachus himself is the one who allegedly kills him. I find that very, very interesting. And I feel like he's being voiced by Luke Holt. It sounds like Luke Holt. Um, let's see. Let me just scroll back to the chat. Somebody said it's just Telemachus and that Athena is hiding. I feel like that makes the most sense because I feel like if we're gonna jump just a little bit, I feel like it would make the more sense if, for Athena to have her first appearance not here, but during the emotional impact moment, which is her brief moment with Odysseus in "I Can't Help But Wonder." I feel like I don't feel that she would necessarily have to be here in this moment. But now we know Athena, our girl, is alive. So happy. But it's interesting that her music appears when Telemachus is there, which means, like, if you think about it, she and Telemachus have been in contact since she recovered from what Zeus did to her. Huh. Interesting. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Let me just check the chat. Uh, I feel like she might be there. Like if we look at the I Can't Help But Wonder, I feel like she's there with Telemachus, but she's not showing herself yet. Let's continue with the song because this one is Miko as
I find it
Telemachus.
hard to believe that the
Next.
sharpest
Oh,
of
oh, sorry,
kings left
I
his
jumped back,
armory
sorry.
unlocked.
So what?
It really sounds like
We
Luke
have
Holt.
armed ourselves. Let's make the bastard rot.
Behind you!
Wouldn't it be so ironic that that was indeed voiced by Luke Holt and Athena was there and got to see the voice actor of her dad getting off by Telemachus?
Throw down those weapons, and I ensure you'll be spared.
After seeing what the king will do to us, we wouldn't dare.
I don't want to hurt you, but trust me, I've come prepared.
Your very presence is doomed the king, young prince. We don't fight fair.
Stop!
Brothers, we got company, and he's made a grave mistake. Left the weapons room unlocked, and now they're ours to take. Brothers, come and arm yourselves. There's a chance for us to win. We can still defeat the king if we all attack the prince.
So yeah, they're basically using Telemachus here as a human shield, which again goes back to my analysis of Telemachus being the Trojan horse through the gates of Penelope, but this time they're using him as a ploy to get to the king. Telemachus is the Trojan horse. It's very interesting. Anyway, let's go.
Where is he? Where is he?
Capture him, he's our greatest chance.
Get off me.
The Trojan horse is their greatest chance to go through the gates of Troy. I've been saying this. Telemachus is the Trojan horse, and Troy itself is Penelope.
Get off me!
Fight till the prince can barely stand.
Hold him down! Hold him down!
Make the king obey our command.
Okay, this feels to me that Telemachus is fighting for his life, definitely. Letting me go, letting me go. But I feel like he's still fighting. Yeah, somehow. Huh. Hold on.
Hold him down! Hold him down!
Cause if he won't, I'll break the kid's hands. Got him.
Okay, so for this part, we actually we hear something. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll back a little bit so we can hear it.
Attack the
Hold on.
prince!
Where is he? Where is he?
Capture him, he's our greatest chance.
Get off me! Get off me!
Fight till the prince can bear.
So I initially thought that he was being held down, but it sounds like I heard a something like that. So maybe the first get off me, they were holding him down, and then get off me, he managed to like either like push back and then spear or stab a guy or whatever. I feel like that sounds a lot like it.
Barely stand.
Hold him down! Hold him down!
You can you hear it? Shh, shh, shh. It sounds like it sounds a bit like metal inside flesh, like the ones we heard from Poseidon being. You can hear that. Hold on.
Make the king obey our commands.
Hold him down! Hold him down!
Cause if he won't, I'll break the kid's hands.
Ding 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 ding. That was metal. In Vengeance Saga, we heard, of course, the really strong metallic, almost divine sound of the trident hitting some rocks. This one sounds something metal that fell down, but I don't know. I don't know if I can hear a sword. What do you guys think? I don't feel that it's a sword. Because a sword would sound more like clangy because it's flatter, right? Like clang 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 clang. But this one it sounds almost like a tinkling. Hold on.
Hold him down! Hold him down!
Cause if he won't, I'll break the kid's hands. God.
That does not sound like a sword. It's like clang 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 clang. No, it's ding 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 ding. Yeah, rapier maybe. Small sword sounds almost like a dagger or a spear. Yeah, spear. That makes sense. Ching 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 ching. So yeah, we'll probably know more once we see the animatic or the animation. So let's go ahead and continue. No, it doesn't sound like a shield. That would have been like really loud, or and a lot were echoing, boom boom boom, 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 something like that.
Mercy.
Okay, I hear the dude saying mer mer, and then Odysseus saying mercy.
Mercy.
Odysseus is full on mocking this dude when he says like, mer mer, and he's like mercy, mercy. Trigger warning, because you're gonna be hearing a lot of because like I said, we're like that's the sound of metal hitting flesh. But also something that I noticed, the first time that I heard this was it sounds like the next parts are sounding like sheep being shot by an arrow, or like in Polyphemus with the sheep being shot by an arrow, like bow being the arrow being released and then hitting flesh afterwards. But yes, trigger warning, there will be mention of the actual R word. Okay? Actual mention of the word R, the R word. So trigger warning. So here we go.
My mercy is long since drowned. It died to bring me home. And as long as you're around, my family's fate is left unknown. You plotted to kill my son. You planned to rape my wife. All of you are going to die.
Okay. So I've been mentioning this since way back when, that the reason why Odysseus went so hard against these suitors because he heard everything. And I was right. He heard, he was there, he heard everything, which is, I guess, a lot more reasonable compared to what's happening in the myth. Okay, maybe the myth was also reasonable. They beat him up and stuff, and they saw how badly they treated Telemachus. Um, but and but this one, having them hear what they plotted for his family, That's definitely reason to these dudes. So yeah, I'm gonna bring it back just a little bit, okay?
Wife, all of you are going to die.
That does not sound like bow and arrow. The bow and arrow sounds like this one sounds like unless we don't hear the yeah. I don't think this is bow and arrow. Let's listen to it just a little bit again. Hold on.
All of you are going to die.
Was that 6 blows? 7? What? Hold on.
Fate is left unknown. You plan are going to die.
That's 6. 6 blows. Oh, okay. Hold on.
You filled my heart with hate. All of you who have done me wrong. This will be your fate!
Okay. Again, guys, Aries is not involved. Fun theory, he's not involved. I have it on good authority, he's not involved. And by good authority, I say that it's because of Vengeance Saga. I worked on the finale of the Vengeance Saga. Never once did Jay mention that Aries was involved. And also, he did say that the red eyes in his one of his latest TikTok, he says, cue the red eyes for Monster Odysseus or something that along that lines. Anyway, if you notice the Odysseus here is exactly the same as the choir in No Longer You. That is correct. Like Odysseus. It's the exact same choir. It's the exact same cadence. It's the exact same enunciation. It's the exact same melody. So we got to see Monster Odysseus as been predicted by Tiresias. So yeah. Boom. Oh man. This is my personal favorite song of the Ithaca Saga because it was one of the earliest. In fact, it was the song that I made an animatic for way back when, like even before the Thunder Saga, and it is also I what I believe to be the animatic that had Jay contact me in the first place for the Thunder Saga, and pretty much okay. I think I can reveal it since it's been months now, but when Jay first contacted me for the Thunder Saga, he really referenced my animatic for Odysseus. He said, "Oh, here's a link. I want Odysseus to have these red eyes." So yes, that is why it's my personal favorite, and that's why I'm also even though this song is very very heavy, it's also like I pretty much led to my journey as an official animatic creator. Anyway, you guys, we are gonna move on to the next song, and from this really dark affair. So first we have like hopeful, anxious with the challenge. Then we get to dark stuff, starting from Hold Him Down to Odysseus. Now we get to the more lighthearted stuff, starting with I Can't Help But Wonder. Hold on, let me just move on to the next. Okay, I can't help but wonder next. Okay, here we go. And thank you guys. Glad that you like my animatic for King or King Odysseus. Song 38.
Father?
That's another major departure from the demo. In the initial one, he was unsure, and he wasn't really frazzled. He was just very, very calm, like father. That was the delivery in the initial. This one is like it's almost like he's running, like father. like something like that. So I find that really really nice.
Son,
Oh no! This is the part that really had me pulling.
All my life I'd have died to meet you.
Yeah, the soft acoustic
Thought
guitar,
about your
yes.
name so much it hurts.
So from monster we got
For
lower
20
down
years
to
I dreamt of
more
how
human.
I'd greet you. Oh, and now you're here. I can't find the words. All my life I'd have died to know you. Days and nights I wish that I could show you. For 20 years I never could outgrow you. Oh, and now you're here. I can't help but wonder what your world must be. If we're like each other, if I have your strength in me. All this time I've wondered if you'd embrace me as your own. 20 years I've wondered, for so long I felt alone.
oh my son, look how much you've grown. Oh my boy, sweetie.
Okay, okay, I need to stop. Okay, I'm getting too much into the music, but I feel like Telemachus' characterization here is that he has idolized his father for a very, very long time, and it's like for him, the meet you part. I feel like for him, it's like, oh, I'm meeting not my father, I'm meeting a celebrity. He, like, I'm meeting my idol, the hero of my mother's stories. So it's like he still can't believe that this man is actually his father, and he thinks of him as some kind of deity almost. And I I can sense like Telemachus' hesitation, his being starstruck by his own father. And it's like, okay, if you recall back to Odysseus, the song Odysseus, uh the part where I was discussing about the cling, ding, 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 that weapon that dropped, now I think that, and then okay, ding, 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 got him, and then we hear and then Odysseus sings. Now I feel like Odysseus saved Telemachus. But what do you guys think? Because that would feed into Telemachus's vision of Odysseus being his hero. And if Odysseus had indeed saved Telemachus at that point in time, and Telemachus saw that, his father is definitely like a hero to him. So now he doesn't see him as a father, not or it doesn't feel like oh my god, this is a celebrity. How do I act? How do I feel? He's my father, but I can't believe he's my father, and I got to meet him for the first time. It's like, remember, he hasn't met Odysseus at all. He hasn't been with his father for the entirety of his life, and all the stories he's heard is probably heroic stories from Penelope. So yeah, definitely I feel like he is in awe. And if it's true that Odysseus did save him at that point in time in the story, then that would just really add to Odysseus being his hero. And he got to see his dad in action. That would be awesome. Okay, let's continue.
This joy I've known. 20 years ago I held you in my arms. How time has flown. Oh, used to say I'd make the storm clouds cry for you.
Storm clouds cry for you. You did.
Used to say I'd capture wind and sky for you.
Capture wind and sky for you. You did.
Held you in my arms, prepared to die for you. Oh, how time has flown. I can only wonder what your world has been. Things you've had to suffer, and the strength you hold within.
All I've ever wanted was to reunite with my own. 20 years we've wandered, but today you're not alone. My son, I'm finally home.
Oh my god, bring in the tears.
Father, how I've longed to see you. Telemachus.
It's probably a very long hug. Back. Oh my god. That was probably a very, very long hug. In the myth, I think they hugged for a very long time the first time they met. In the myth, though, they met before the events of Odysseus, of the challenge, rather. They met way before, and pretty much they caught up, and the the whole murder spree thing, they bonded over that. So yeah.
Go. Tell your mother I'm home. I'll be there in a moment. Of course.
He'll be there in a moment. Of course, I'm covered in blood. I need to freshen up. I need to take a bath. I have bits of flesh, slaughter flesh on my feet. I need to clean up. Please tell your mother to get ready, but I have to clean up. Okay, I think here we go. Athena's coming. Wait a minute. Ching ching ching. That does sound like from Warrior of the Mind. Ching ching ching. Like she's slowly coming back. Another thing with that's definitely Athena's sound effects, but it's like, of course, the last time we saw Athena in the Wisdom Saga, she essentially quote unquote died, right? But this time around, like you hear the music slowly coming to life. So musically, I feel like this is why I theorize that Athena in the animation does not appear until this point in time. Does not physically appear until this point in time. Because that's the time when she lets her presence actually known to Odysseus.
Show yourself.
He sounds younger at this
I
point.
know you're watching
Oh my
me.
gosh.
Show yourself.
And then the falling piano. The time
You were
dive.
never one for hellos.
The quick thought, I mean, not the time dive. Yes.
I can't help but wonder what this world could be if we all held each other with a bit more empathy.
Okay, she's singing. I Can't Help But Wonder is essentially Odysseus and Telemachus' song. And she's singing the song, but in her own melody. So I feel like she is enmeshed, not only, of course, with Odysseus, but I feel like she's also taken Telemachus under her wing. Um, because if memory serves right, in Little Wolf, Telemachus was barely able to hold himself, hold on by himself without Athena's help. In Odysseus, if we listen in on the song, it feels like he's actually um able to fight. So I feel like Athena took him under his wing after she recovered, and that is why we hear her singing "I Can't Help But Wonder," which is both Telemachus and Odysseus' song, and but in her own melody because she's still her own person.
I can't help but feel like I led you astray. What if there's a world where we don't have to live this way?
I can't help but wonder if I feel or feel that I've led you astray, which is an admission of her making the mistake. I feel like she's still too proud to say I please forgive me or I apologize. She's a goddess after all, but this still makes her a lot human because she admits that she was wrong. She wronged Odysseus. Um, and she has definitely changed a lot. I really like that. I really like that.
If that world exists, it's far away from here. It's one I'll have to miss. for it's far beyond my years. You might live forever, so you can make it be. But I've got one endeavor. There's a girl I have to see.
Yeah, for this one, like I feel like okay, if that world existed, oh, it's just saying, if that world existed, I probably will not see it in my lifetime. You probably can because you live forever, but I only have. It's like this is how I feel like Odysseus is. Oh my God, Joshua! Oh my God, thank you so much. Okay, for all my Africans, I've already bawled my eyes out twice listening um to this saga. I can't wait one day watch it all the way through with y'all. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Um, so auditions messaging here. So Athena is like, I was wrong. I feel like I was wrong, but not necessarily saying that I'm sorry, but I was wrong. Maybe there would have been if there was a world wherein we didn't make the mistakes that we did. It would be nice to have that. It's I wonder what it would be like if that if things had turned out different. And Odysseus is like, I wonder too, but I feel like that kind of scenario is out of my reach. Uh, Probably that you can have a world where you see that happen, but not in my time. I wasted so much time um out at trying to get back home, and now I just want to see my wife because that's Odysseus has his priorities straight. At this point in time, I feel like uh he didn't. Oh, okay. I just realized something. I just realized something. Um, I think that's why Jorge made the conscious decision not to let Odysseus know that um Athena quote unquote died. Because I feel like if he did, not only would the events of the Vengeance Saga not necessarily happen the way it did, um, I feel like if Athena had died and Odysseus knew, this reunion would be a lot more emotionally heavy, but it would take away from the reunion of Telemachus and Odysseus. I feel like so now I understand. To Odysseus, Athena never died. He doesn't know. He probably knows to a certain degree that it was Athena who fought for him, but he probably thinks, "Oh, she probably talked her dad into it." He did it. He probably it would. It probably never crossed his mind that Athena went literally like died for him. It probably never crosses his mind. He probably still thinks that Athena wouldn't go that far. You know, which kind of makes me sad to be odd if I'm gonna be honest. But at the same time, it does like a complete Athena reconciliation would take away from what's supposed to be the meat of this story, which is the reunion of Telemachus and Odysseus, and eventually his reunion with Penelope. Okay, so let me see. I feel like they're still friends, and it's just like, oh, I'll catch up with you later. I just need to see my wife. You know. Okay, here we go.
Very well.
Father, she's waiting for you.
Father, she's waiting for you. Hurry up and take a shower. Also, another thing is that Odysseus is like uh telling telling Athena that, oh, you have all the time in the world. I don't. I need to see my wife. It's been 20 years. Also, I can hear the Odysseus breathing here. Maybe he ran. I feel like he ran. Oh, kunin mo na. Yeah, he definitely ran. Ran up the stairs. Open the door.
Is it?
Oh, hold on. Didn't I mention that Penelope is essentially Troy? And Telemachus is the Trojan horse? Who got through Troy? Who got the men through Troy? It's Odysseus. Odysseus went to his son, tell your mother I'm coming home. And basically The Trojan horse Telemachus stepped aside, or paved the way for the gates of Troy to be opened, and now Odysseus is there opening Penelope's bedroom door, or their bedroom door rather. So yeah, or Telemachus opened the door for him. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. So yeah, I have that theory. Let's continue listening to this one, and okay, you can probably hear the baby crying. We're almost done. We're almost done, you guys. So I'm just gonna like play this, and we're just gonna pause from time to time.
You have my prayers been answered? Is it really you standing there? Or am I dreaming once more? You look different. Your eyes look tired. Your frame is lighter. Your smile torn.
Okay, I'm gonna do a bit of a lore drop here, you guys. Uh, Way back in Thunder Saga, when Jay first commissioned me, if you notice in the Thunder Saga, there's several different designs of Odysseus depending on who the animator is, and it's based off of the animator's own uh, Odysseus design. But when Vengeance Saga rolled in, um, Jay had me do or at least one of the concept art for Odysseus. And the first thing he told me was, I need you to make Odysseus less buff after so many years out at sea, especially in Calypso's island. I need you to make Odysseus less buff because Penelope will mention that he is thinner this time around. Your frame is lighter. So even back then, Jay really planned for this ahead of time. So Odysseus's less buff appearance compared to his appearance in the Thunder Saga is really accurate to the lore in Epic, rather not like lore in the myth, but in Epic. Because after so many years, he like lost muscle mass, I guess. So yes, that's why he is smaller frame compared to when Penelope remembered him last. So that's a heartbreaking fact for you guys. Let's continue.
Is it really you, my love?
I am not the man you fell in love with. I am not the man you once adored. I am not your kind and gentle husband. And I am not the love you knew before.
So he knows he has changed. Also, Penelope's hesitance to like really like take in like, oh, this is my husband. Her hesitance, it's also understandable because aside from his appearance changing from when she saw him last, which is of course natural, gonna happen naturally, you never know if that's really Odysseus or Zeus. Think about it. You never really know. So I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to play this.
Would you fall in love with me again if you knew all I've done? The things I cannot change. Would you love me all the same? I know that you've been waiting for love.
We heard this part as a snippet, a publicly available snippet before.
What kinds of things did you do?
It's like she is unsure yet how to bring into the conversation. Yeah, it could be Poseidon. We don't know. She doesn't know. She wasn't sure if this was really her husband. Because, like, after all those years without her husband, I mean, there'd be a lot of disbelief. Like, oh my god, I can't believe the thing that I'm dreaming of is actually happening. You know? So.
Left a trail of red on every island as I traded friends.
Wait a minute. Left a trail of red on every island, and yet in the background, oh my god! Guys, listen to it again. Listen, 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 listen.
Every island. Left a trail of red on every island as I traded for.
So when he admits that he murdered a lot of people, left a trail of red on every island, he in the background we hear maybe you can learn to forgive. At least that's the last time that he sung it in the ruthlessness motif. Maybe you can learn to forgive. I feel like it's not necessarily that it's, yeah, it is Poseidon's trumpet. Poseidon did cause a lot of the red on the different islands, but um I feel like him saying that is more directly connected to maybe you can learn to forgive me for everything that I did to get to you, for everything that I did, um it, for all the wrongs that I did. So yeah, I feel like that's a better reference for it.
Friends like objects I could
Use
use.
friends like objects like I could use.
Hurt more lives than I can count on my hands. But all
Hurt more lives more lives than I could count in my hand. Hold on, I heard something.
I can count on my hands.
Scylla's motif. That was Scylla's motif. I think that was Scylla's motif.
Lives and I
Yeah,
can
it was Scylla's
count on
motif.
my hands.
Drown in your sorrows and fears. Yes. Hurt more lives than I could count in my hands.
But all of that was to bring me back to you. So tell me, would you fall in love with me again if you knew all I've done, the things I can't undo? I am not the man you knew. I know that you've been waiting.
If that's true.
Okay, with that chorus, you can actually hear Odysseus' desperation. Like, please forgive me. I did all these things, but please forgive me. Would you fall in love with me again? I know you probably wouldn't, but I'm desperate for you to fall in love with me again. That's how I feel like that line was delivered.
Could you do me a favor?
Okay, so this is, I think, Penelope at this point already like in her head is like, if this is Odysseus, I would forgive him. But I'm still not sure that this is Odysseus, so I am going to test him. So here we go.
Just a moment of labor that would bring me some peace. See that wedding bed? Could you carry it over? Lift it high on your shoulders and take it far away from here.
How could you say this? I had built that wedding bed with my blood and sweat. Carved it into the olive tree where we first met. A symbol of our love everlasting. Do you realize what you have asked me? The only way to move it is to cut it from its roots.
Okay, I had to stop at that part because the difference between Jay singing this before the final is so far. You notice that he starts to become the monster right in front of Penelope. He was angry that she would ask him to do it. We hear the angry guitars. Yes, we hear it. We hear it. He was really angry that she would ask him to do that. It's like, oh, how dare you? How dare you? Are you saying that I'm supposed to cut this? The symbol of my love for you. You want me to cut this just so I can move this across the room for you? Are you serious right now? So it feels like that's what happened here, but the great thing is that it happened. And the reason why it's so great is because this Odysseus showed who he is at that moment already. And yet, Penelope saw this monster, and yet, she was willing still to take him back. And that's the great thing. That's the greatest thing about it. If he had just been completely human around her, I feel like he's pretending that the things that he went through, the monster he has become, is not what happened, you know? But Penelope saw the beast. She saw him back when at his best, and now she saw him at his worst, and she's still willing to accept him. And I love that. So let's continue.
My husband knew that, so I guess that makes him you.
Yes, Penelope also yelled back. Exactly, exactly. She Odysseus, like I said earlier, when she was singing in the challenge, the suitors were singing, and she sang above them. Now Odysseus is singing above because he was angry, and now Penelope matched his voice. So it's like it makes them equals. You are my equal. You are the only one who can reach my level, essentially. And I just love that the way it's being told in this story in the music. So here we go.
Penelope.
And then they're back into a more subdued tone. Oh, I'm crying right now.
Over and over again. I don't care how, where, or when. No matter how long it's been, you're mine. Don't tell me you're not the same person. You're always my husband, and I've been waiting.
Okay, so also the way Penelope delivered this line, it's like, she's also angry. They are two halves of a whole. Um, I'd fall in love with you over and over again, no matter how long or when, no matter how long it's been your mind. Don't tell me you're not the same person. Or, like, it's also her how dare you moment. How dare you doubt my love for you? Just like with Odysseus, like, how dare you ask me to cut this olive tree down just to move this here? How dare you doubt my love for you? And here is Penelope also saying, how dare you? How dare you? I've waited for you for a long time. How dare you question my love? And I love that they mirror each other so well, and it's shown through the music, through the lyricism. I'm in tears right now, you guys. I just love it so much.
Penelope. Penelope.
Penelope's just a little bit of a monster there. There's a gruff in her voice.
For you.
Okay, that you line is the ending of No Longer You, the exact same note. You. That is why, because everything Tiresias sung, everything is in order, is in chronological order, even to the part no longer you and also finally you. It's the exact same, and I love that. In order to call for that, call back to that, Jay actually had to compose the notes like from this really high note going back down. It's like Penelope was also rising up to be the monster that Odysseus has become, but then going back to being human, to being with you. And then we hear the trumpets. So, of just a man. Because from monster, they're back. We're still human. We may be monsters in our own way, but at the core of it, we are still human. Just a man and a woman, still in love after all these years. If we're gonna go by the myth, I feel like there's a moment there wherein I feel like there's a moment there wherein we actually have a little bit of a time skip, and they're both in their marriage bed. I feel like in this last part.
How long has it been?
20 years.
I love you.
For 20 years and beyond, they still love each other. And I'm really like tearing up right now, you guys. I just love this so much. And I'm so glad that you guys are here listening to me ramble on, analyzing the lyrics and the music and the motifs that we listen in. We heard from the Ithaca Saga, the final saga of Epic the Musical, the official concept album. But even though all the albums have been released, the journey is far from over. We still have Jay's live stream to look forward to whenever that may be. There are a lot of, I'm pretty sure, a lot of animations for this one. And I'm so excited for you guys to see it because, yes, I did work on one of the songs. Um, so far, I have admitted to not working on two of the songs. So it's up to you guys to guess which songs that I worked on. And also, I'm just so thankful that I am a part of this journey with Jay, and I'm also thankful, even if I hadn't been a part of this journey with Jay, I'm also thankful to be an Epic the Musical fan because it's just an amazing fandom to be in, and it's been quite a journey for sure, and I'm pretty sure that there's still a lot more to come, and I'm just so excited. um, but yeah, Dina, when you gave me a side eye when I asked you if you were going to do a song, I am. I did do a song. I'm just not telling you guys which one. um, okay, so if you guys have any questions at all or anything to say before we go, because I'm actually gonna be maybe live streaming again later, but not here. Likely I'm gonna be live streaming on TikTok, and it's likely going to be a drawing stream because I will be trying to complete my animation for the challenge, and it's a fan animation because I did not work officially on the official animatic or animation for the challenge. But I am excited for you guys to see what I have in store as a fan. Um, let's see. I saw someone bet a chunk of dollars for you to notice. Yes. Oh man. Oh man. That would complete the journey, wouldn't it? That would complete the circle, wouldn't it? You hear Odyssey in the background? I'm not sure if he was. I'm pretty sure he was in the challenge though. How's the progress of the challenge animation? Far from over, Gabrielle, because I've had to put a stop to it to work on the animation I'm doing for the Ithaca live stream, which unfortunately did not happen due to internet issues on in Greece. But when it happens, you'll see my work, not just my own. It's a work of a team. Um, while I did do majority of the animation and also the inks and the post production and the compositing, I couldn't have done it without my great assistants. There's Dromisu, my right hand man. There's Kamalemzi, who is also a great animatic creator of their own right. I'm so glad that she's a recent member of the team. Also, recent members of the team is Nathan Kwan and Novi, and I could not have done all this without their help. And I can't wait for you guys to see what we have in store for you once the live stream is shown. In regards to the Dangerous Beast, not Dangerous, different Beast animation, that's lower priority. It's still happening, just lower priority. So my first priority right now is to get my fan animation for the challenge out. After this would be Underworld because that's so close to finishing, and then after that, only after that would I continue making different beast. So we gotta like stick to whatever is the either closest to finish or the most recent saga. Dangerous Beast, the new album. Um, so anyway, okay, guys, there's 100 people strong here. I did not expect that. I was expecting like maybe like, oh, maybe this is just gonna be 30 people, and then people at most I saw like 150. I was like, oh my goodness. So thank you so much, guys, for listening in on this. Not just listening party, but Ithaca Saga spoiler talk and analysis. And yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time of your Christmas day, if you celebrate, or just your day to day, to spend some time talking or listening to me yap about how much I love this album and also this entire project. Thank you so much once again, and I will bid you adieu because right now it's 12:05 a.m. and I need to put the little boy to sleep. Thank you guys. I love you all. This has been Wendy from NSTD Studios, and I will see you when I see you. Jorge will do the live stream. I have no idea when, but just make sure to subscribe to his channel. Check out the live tab from time to time. Also, if you're on Discord, go to the Epic Discord server. There should be announcements there. And also, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel because my YouTube channel is how I keep the lights on. Your views, watching the ads actually help me not just earn just a little bit more, but also, of course, help me support myself and my family. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate, and I will see you guys again next time. Goodbye!